Good evening, friends. I'd like to tell you a story that was told to me some time ago by a woman acquaintance of mine who spent many years travelling, and I will try and recite it word for word if I can. It went something like this. She said that she was barely 20 years old when I travelled with a small group of people through China, and we were spending about 2 months in Quang Chai province, which used to be part of Tibet. Our destinations was a Pacific town to teach English, but we'd been stopped often in towns and small cities along the way for rests. One day we arrived in a rural town, very small, nothing unusual. We'd spent only a couple of days there, shopping for food at the markets and walking around to see the sights. Although there weren't many, this was the dead end of winter in February, and all the grass on the hills and plains around the town were dead and brown. The overall feeling was that of a normal kind of bleakness any rural place has in the winter time, no matter where you are. At this time in my life, things were going amazingly, extraordinarily well for me, and I say that because my teenagehood had been rather darkly overcast, but the overwhelming good luck of being able to travel and these close friends I had made in the last year had more than changed my feelings and attitudes towards life. It was like I was a whole new person. I was ecstatic to be in Tibet. I went to sleep with a smile on my face every night. On our second day staying in this small town, I woke up feeling a little odd. Not bad, just odd. Like my normal thoughts and feelings had been turned down low, like on a dial. We all decided to go for a walk on the hills right behind the town, where there was a small summit with a pile of rocks and some prayer flags. But to be honest, there were little altars like these on every other hill, and it gave us something to do. As we hiked up the hill behind the town, I started feeling stranger and stranger. I wasn't scared, and I didn't feel angry or any strong emotion. In fact, it was like emotion was trickling out of me somehow, and I was getting blanker and blanker, emptier and emptier. My mind started feeling a little hazy, and more I felt like I simply didn't care about anything. A small and rapidly dwindling part of myself started to panic, knew that something bad was happening, but it was like my own inner voice was slowly getting quieter and quieter. I remember we reached the summit, a small block of rocks, and I simply sank to the ground next to the pile. Without meaning to, I fixed all my attention on the little pebbles in the dirt. I began tapping one against the other, repeatedly. Do you know the kind of horror that is opposite of feeling scared or feeling anything at all? The kind of hideousness of a fly buzzing against a closed window for hours on end in an empty room. That's what was feeling in my mind. It was demonic in its meaninglessness. I touched my face and I felt that I was grinning at nothing. Through all the emptiness, a thought floated to the forefront of my mind. You should just die. At first it sounded totally reasonable, but something in me fought it, and I was momentarily troubled. Right then my group started to walk down from the hill, and I followed. The further we walked, the more normal I felt again, until we left the town that afternoon, and I was totally freaked out. When another girl, Hannah, mentioned in an odd offhand way that she had felt very strange and depressed while staying there, I told her that I had felt the same. When the group leader mentioned that a local had told him that the town had been plagued with a rash of young women under 25 committing suicide, Hannah and myself went white.